Hey guys, what's up? It's Snake here, and I got some more Moon talk for you. We got a lot of information to get through, so we'll start right at the beginning with this IGN guy. Some guy who supposedly used to work at IGN, and then he got fired for leaking information on some video game. So he decided to come clean about some stuff on Moon as sort of a FU to his work. Now, I don't know if I necessarily believe his backstory about working at IGN and stuff, but I do know that one of the things he said is true, and one of the things he says is a lie. So why not talk about all the stuff? So the first thing he talks about is the suits, and how we're going to buy the suits for $1,000. Now that makes a lot of sense. It's obviously some sort of equipment, and if we die we're going to have to replace it. If it's something we don't start out with and we acquire throughout the game, it's obviously something that we need to purchase, just like anything else, like doors, Bowie knives, weapons, perks, etc. So that makes sense. The wave gun, he talks about how when it's akimbo, it's actually going to work like two Wunderwaffes. Now, as cool as that would be, because believe me, I like the Wunderwaffe just as much as the next guy, I kind of wish that they would make it do something else, have some sort of other extra effect besides, so the wave gun would literally have two different effects. Or maybe the two guns would actually work differently, like your left gun would do one thing and your right gun would do another. I don't know. I mean, on one hand, it would be kind of cool to have a DG2 type of weapon back. But at the same time, I want to see something new. I want to see something different that I haven't already seen in any of the maps before this. The next thing he talks about is the Pack-a-Punch machine being activated and us traveling to Area 51 to Pack-a-Punch weapons. Now, Area 51's obviously in the map. We all know that. We've seen the trailer and we've heard the arguments, and it all makes sense. We're positive that we're going to be at Area 51 as well as on the Moon in this next map. Having said that, I really hope that it's not the way he says. I hope that you don't activate the Pack-a-Punch and travel there, because that means just like in Kino or just like here in Shangri-La, you activate the Pack-a-Punch, you go to it, and then you leave. You get kicked out. You can't stay there forever. You would have to go back to the Moon after a certain amount of time. And I don't like that. I want it to be where we can be hanging out on the Moon, and two of us could be down on Earth at Area 51, and we could be running two-player strategies at the same time. That's what I'm hoping for. Does that mean it's true? I don't know. But I honestly hope so. I think it would make the map so much bigger, and there'd be so many more things to do. It could work with the Easter egg, where you have to activate something on Earth, and then you turn around and your other player has to activate something on the Moon at the same time. So it just sounds like it would be a lot more fun if we could be in Area 51 all the time and not just during Pack-a-Punch. The next thing he talks about is the new perk, and I forget, it's something like Triple Gun Tequila or something like that. And what it implies is that we're going to be able to have 3 guns at one time. And of course, that's the one thing that does appear to be true according to the achievements, but we'll get to the achievements in a little bit. The last thing he talks about is the one thing that I know is not true, at least not right now, and that's the PPSH coming back. The PPSH, which is in the original 4 maps, it's a World at War weapon, he says is going to make a comeback when the old maps come back. Now this isn't true, because I have the old maps along with everybody else who has the Hardened or Prestige edition of the game, and it's just not there. It didn't come out until either Verrucht, I think, or Shinonuma, I forget which one, but it was a box weapon, and all of the World at War box weapons are replaced by Black Ops weapons in the remastered versions of the old maps. Now, does this mean that they won't come out with some sort of update eventually where they put old weapons back in the box? I don't know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But it would seem silly for them to do that update just for the PPSH. They should at least do it for a handful, if not all of the weapons to make a comeback. But I don't see Treyarch doing that. I don't think that they would add World at War weapons along with the Black Ops weapons. I think that would just be too many for us to choose from, too many weapons for us to deal with, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so that's enough about that guy. Next, we got to talk about the trailer that just came out. We now know what the L means in CODZL. It stands for labs, for zombie labs. And in the zombie labs, that's where they're testing the wave gun and testing what happens to zombies in a vacuum-like space. And one of the things they showed that I thought was interesting is we know what happens to zombies when you shoot them with the wave gun, but they shoot a zombie that's in a suit with the wave gun, and he blows up inside of the suit, but the suit stays intact, and he just shoots out the visor and covers the guy's face with it. Now, does this mean if we shoot zombies who have suits on with the wave gun, are they going to explode out of the visor and hit us in the face? And if they hit us in the face, is that A, going to break our visor so we have to buy a new one, or B, is it going to cover our visor so we can't see for you know, a certain amount of time? And then that way we're open up to attacks from other zombies that was behind the guy. So it's all kind of interesting, exciting stuff, like, you know, exactly what are they going to be throwing at us to trip us up along the way. The other thing I thought was interesting is when the wave gun gets fired at one point, it actually travels through a zombie, not into him. So does this mean that some of the zombies are going to be immune to the effect of the wave gun? Probably not. Does it mean that the wave gun's going to have different effects on different zombies? Maybe. But more likely than not, this means that you're going to be able to shoot multiple zombies, not just one zombie with the wave gun. Just like all the other wonder weapons usually affect somewhere around 10 to 24 zombies at one time. So that's probably all that it is. But it would be kind of interesting if the wave gun had different effects on different zombies. So we'll just have to wait and see exactly what the wave gun does on August 23rd. The next thing that we see too is the entanglement device being activated, or at least what I think the entanglement device is. It could be something else, but it's most likely the entanglement device. And it's some sort of cylinder-looking bomb. It almost looks like the decoy equipment that you can have in multiplayer. And you twist a little thing on the bottom and then pat it with your hand and toss it. And it creates this explosion where these white waves go out. But we don't actually see what happens to the zombies. Now, if you remember my video on entanglement theory and how two particles can become entangled, possibly if we're able to go to both Area 51 and Moon at the same time freely, like we don't, you know, there's not a timer or anything because of the pack-a-punch, then what the entanglement device could be doing is it could actually be teleporting all of the zombies in the radius to Area 51. Where the Area 51 part of our map is entangled with the Moon part of our map. But we'll just, you know, we'll have to wait and see. The other thing too that I wanted to piggyback on that idea, because it's a blessing or a curse. If there's a bunch of zombies down there where your zombies teleport to, then you're going to get those zombies to pop up here, if that's the way the entanglement device works. And that could, in turn, be the curse. Maybe there's some crazy zombies roaming around on Area 51 that you don't want up here on the Moon, and you throw the entanglement device and you get screwed. Again, we'll just have to wait and see on that one. Then the last thing I wanted to talk about was the movie, the live-action movie, because we thought from the last trailer with the flashes of the gas crawlers at the very end of it that meant there was going to be a live-action movie. Well, it turns out all they were doing was making the next trailer. Does that mean there's no movie? I hope not. That would suck if they were just teasing us the whole time. I don't know. Anyway, that's enough about the trailer. The last thing we got to talk about are the achievements. So let's start with a 10G achievement. And there's going to be 6 achievements total, and it totals 250 gamer points. So for 10 gamer points, let's start out with ground control. And we have to prevent the excavators, all 4 of the excavators, from reaching the base in one game. So it appears that they're not traps like I had originally thought. These excavators must be digging into the base, and we have to stop them. Otherwise, they'll break into the base, and I guess we'll lose oxygen, or we'll lose some sort of balance, so that we'll literally have to be wearing the suits even when we're inside the base, not just outside of the base. So if we stop the excavators, then obviously we'll have more free space down below to run around. We won't have to worry so much about not breathing or accidentally breaking our visor or stuff like that. So that's the first one. The second one is fully armed and operational for 25 Gs, and that one is getting 3 pack-a-punched weapons at one time. And that's the thing that's the achievement that makes what the guy said about the triple gun tequila seemed true. It does seem like now with that perk we'll be able to get 3 weapons. The next one, which is 30 Gs, is perks in space, which is buy all of the perks in one game. Now, buy all of the perks in one game. Does that mean in this map we're literally going to be able to buy all 8 perks? We're not going to have to stop at 4. Or does this mean we're going to have to go through 4 and then literally let ourselves be knocked down, get back up, and then go and buy 4 more? Because if that's the way it is, that's going to suck. I hope that it's that we're now able to literally just walk up and buy all 8 perks. That's going to be exciting. That's going to be exciting. The next one is 5 Gs, and it's called One Giant Leap. And what happens is if you get put into the holding area, and then you are resurrected, or you brought back through Rezurrection in co-op, you get this achievement. Now, the holding area must be some sort of like interdimensional space, is my guess. Possibly the place where Sam is. Who knows? This sort of like sub-dimension. And your teammates will have to resurrect you to bring you back to life. So who knows? This may mean too that we're actually going to be able to be brought back to life in the middle of a round. We no longer have to like start out at the beginning of the round at round 30 or something like that, rushing to get Juggernog, or having to choose between Juggernog, the box, and I don't know, the Bowie knife or sickle, or you know. This could mean that we are able to be brought back at the end when there's a crawler, take our time to go and get our perks back and all that other stuff. So this is kind of exciting news too, this achievement. The next achievement is called One Small Hack, and it is also for 5 gamer points. So obviously we're hacking stuff, but I'm not entirely sure what that means. Maybe we have to hack open airlocks to get zombies sucked out, or we have to hack the excavators before they break into the base. You know, so we'll hack them, and then that'll make them raise back up and not destroy us. So who knows? We'll have to wait and see what else we can hack when the game comes out. And then the last thing, the 6th perk, and this one's the really exciting one. It's the Easter egg one, so we don't entirely know what it is, but it's called Cryogenic Slumber Party. And my guess is what's going to happen is we're going to get into a spaceship, and we're all going to go into cryostasis and get the F out of there. And that's going to, you know, take us off and lead us into whatever the next story is, whatever the next game will be, which many people think the next Treyarch Call of Duty is going to be Call of Duty Space Ops. Or, you know, maybe that's not the actual name, but it's going to be some sort of outer space, like Space Marines Call of Duty. So all in all, some pretty crazy stuff. I'm super excited now that we got all these achievements that we have to go run and get. I'm really curious what Cryogenic Slumber Party is all about. You know, what are we going to get into a spacecraft? Are we going to fly away? Is there actually going to be an ending to this level? Are we going to see an end? Are we going to get to a point where we can do the Easter egg and then it'll say done, like finished or win or whatever, or to be continued or something like that, and we'll literally be able to actually end a zombie round or a zombie game? I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily like that. I mean, I guess if it's only the Easter egg, then you could just start over and play the game through again without doing the Easter egg, and you could go on and see how high you can get in rounds. So that looks like it's going to wrap up the video, but a couple of quick announcements. This weekend is my birthday weekend, so I'm probably not going to have any videos come out this weekend. But I do promise you that I will get the storyline video for Shangri-La out before Tuesday, before Moon comes out. It might be Monday, it might even be late on Monday, but it'll definitely be out before before Moon gets released. And then the second thing I wanted to say too is the last week of August, like August 27th or 8th, until September 4th. I'm actually going to be on vacation. I'm going to be camping far away from Xbox and far away from the computer, so no videos will be coming out for that week. If I can somehow find a friend that understands how to upload videos, I might try and make a couple before I leave so that some stuff can still kind of be put up there, but I can't make any promises. Anyway, that looks like it's going to be it for me, so don't forget to leave comments below. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you're excited about. And until next time, guys, peace out.